big transition this week. We decided that the direction I was going in this particular shot here was nice for an exercise, but it's very grounded in reality and essentially was something really that I already had. If we go back to this, I mean, grounded in reality. My instructor suggested, why don't you try something that's, like crazy epic? He suggested watching some anime sword fighting and pay particular attention to how they use cameras and silhouettes. Now, you don't have to tell me twice to watch anime. I love it. So I did some research for a few hours, and knowing that I only had an afternoon to block something out for class, this is what I came up with. So as you'll see, it's pretty awful. It really is. So everything in general needs to be amped up. This beginning part where the camera is going around the feet is kind of cool. And maybe we can continue that until it wraps all the way up around to the face. If you look at this here, this first camera cut doesn't work. And the reason it doesn't work is you can see where the right foot is circled here and where the right foot is circled there. They need to be in the same place on a cut, or roughly the same place, so that your eye isn't trying to catch up. So it's, it's a smooth transition for the eye. The second shot here that we're looking at, it's all right. He gets ready and everything, but it needs some kind of a flourish, like in my previous iteration where he kind of spun the sword around as he reared back. Something like that would be kind of cool. And then this close-up here, all kinds of things with the close-up that we could talk about. But from here to here with this wide shot, there needs to be a better way to connect those. Like on the wide shot, he could rear back and then run forward out of frame and then come into this shot much earlier, like probably right here. And that would connect those two camera shots a little better. And then talking about this shot's kind of weird because he comes in, he's running screen right, and then suddenly he faces camera and he does these like crazy moves. But his feet are like stuck in place, so it's he doesn't feel like he's agile or really very heroic, I guess, for lack of a better term. So lesson learned, all of the little ideas have to serve the main idea of your shot. Otherwise, it becomes unclear and your audience will lose interest. Aside from a quick and dirty run cycle, I didn't focus a ton on the animation here. This is, it's a super rough blocking of what I had in my head. So I was thinking that maybe he's running through like a combat simulator of some sort, like X-Men. X-Men had, what they call that? The danger room, something like that. I thought maybe starting off running instead of walking would give it higher energy from the start of the shot. And, then after the run, I want him to do some kind of an attack sequence. And talking about the attack sequence, I like to do things in threes if I can for rhythm purposes. It doesn't show up here in the blocking, but with threes, you can do a cut, cut, pause, cut, or cut, pause, cut, cut, something odd numbered can give that kind of some nice texture or rhythm. And then at the end, then like more enemies are closing in on him. He spins, he does this like ultimate attack, some kind of magic force energy thing that like explodes from the sword as he's swinging it. So I've already received some notes as I'm moving on here, but I think one of the key areas is going to be this 3 attack sequence. And what needs to happen here is each one needs to be different, which obviously they're not right now. They're all kind of, cut, 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 whatever. Each one needs to be quick, and each one needs to be super cool, amped up, just really cool silhouettes, poses, that sort of thing. Like maybe he's I don't know, maybe he jumps up in the air, maybe he spins, maybe he uses one of these to climb up on top of the, and then cut down the one behind him, or something like that. And then with the end, this is probably the next area. Probably a lot more enemies need to drop in. Like right now I just have 3, and it's probably the same 3, but I think maybe 6 new enemies, or in this case like training dummies, will probably need to drop in where he unleashes his, say, ultimate attack, which has to be like super, super cool. It has to be kind of tops on the cool factor, right? Because it ends the whole shot. So it needs to be, you know, everything is amped up until this point. This needs to be the peak. So I've got lots of work to do on this one, and there's only 2 weeks left in this class. I really want to finish this shot by then, but it's looking like it may take longer. We'll see. Cross my fingers. See you next time, and thanks for watching.